Hi there. This is Bernaid Flanoy popping back on for a second time today, the first time on the Painted Poles. I hope you're well. We're in here painting today, learning to mix some skin tones, okay? We're just going to keep it real simple. Let's see, the peachy tone and then the chocolate tone. Real easy to do. So I won't be on long, but I wanted to pop back at an hour that's not super duper early. Normally I come on super early. Let me place these right here. And I'm just going to paint on paper today. So we will have peachy and chocolate. What are you up to today? Hope you're doing well. I have my canvases in here, getting ready for a couple of events coming up. Sometimes you don't know what people want to paint. I will be placing, I didn't want to do the individual orders. I wanted to do more of like the groups, small groups, medium groups, and large groups. But I will go ahead and start making individual canvases ready on my website, as well as the actual art kits. That would just simply include a brush and some paint. Okay, you can easily find that at any craft store. I get the 2-ounce bottles. Walmart. Is this the one? No, this is Michael's brand. This is Craft Smart. I'm sorry, I'm writing Craft Smart by Michael's. Do I have the apple barrel? I do. And I actually have the apple barrel chocolate. Okay. There's so many different skin tones. I don't think I have all of the others out here. I have a chocolate, and this is apple barrel nutmeg. Because there's so many different, so many different skin tones out here. I think when I made the kits, for Resilient, Blessed, and Loved, where are they? They're back up here. When I made those kits, I made sure to put the chocolate in. You can lighten that up. You know what? I don't have my microphone, guys. Let me plug that in real quick. And the sound will go out for just a moment. Make sure I have the right. All right. I've invited myself to I call this my paint cam. Let me just go to the right. There we go. I've invited myself. So if you ever want to join me live, let me stop before I get started. I have to put this in for the earbuds so that it doesn't resonate and echo all through here. I don't know if you see. Join me on StreamYard. Try not to get too much glare. So you would get an email saying that I will be having guests this year. Hey, come and join me. I like your artwork, or I like what you're doing out here with this, that, or the third. Come and tell us more about this. So I'm going to get my Oprah on this year. So I do have a blog on my site and a podcast on my site, but the podcast, it's coming. The regularity, the consistency, ooh wait, it's coming. So I'm about to enter. Let me make sure this is going the right way, guys. Let's check your camera. Mic is working. Enter studio. Boop. There we are. And the doorbell may ring. We are live, honey. This will not be edited other than to cut out some of the time from the beginning. Let's see here. This is showing quite a lot here, isn't it? And it's not necessarily beauteous, is it? And I can't zoom in over here, and I don't like that. Okay, this is coming up. There's a big game, I think, tomorrow. Right? Now let's get on down to business. This morning, can I make this any larger? Okay, that's a little bit better. This morning, when I mixed, I had the red, yellow, and blue, a bit of white, a little bit of black. This is chipping off of here. Let's make sure that this is good and dry before that hits the floor. Okay. Anyway, we're back. Okay, the microphone is there, camera's here, camera's there, we're good. When you are mixing a light skin, easy peasy recipe. When you're mixing a dark skin, easy peasy recipe. Let's go ahead and get started. Now this plate I reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse again, but I won't use that now. I don't want you to be confused by all of the extra that's there. I can keep that straight. We're going to squeeze paints back out with the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, a little bit of white, a little bit of black, and then you'll see the skin tones come together. Now, you can go and buy brown. You can go and buy that peachy color, which I just can't reach right now. It's just off camera. But I always take those to my paint party events, especially when we're working with skin tones. Sometimes we're not, but when we're working with skin tones, I would like to have a variety out there so you're not stuck with mixing them. Now, is this open? Nope, those are brand new, aren't they? We're going to mix it. So let me make sure I have these out here. I'm going to have one for this camera, I think. Okay, one for this camera and one for this camera. All right. I don't know if I formally introduced myself. Oh, now see, we messed up. We didn't clean out our brush. Good thing I have a backup. And that was one of my good brushes too. You want to make sure your paints are stirred up, because sometimes they do separate if they sit for a while. And some of my paint I've really had since the pandemic, just I got after I couldn't find it, then I found some, and then I bought quite a bit. All right, so I've got my red, my yellow, and my blue, and usually I put it out in that particular order. I probably need to do a little bit of magenta because that's what comes in the kit. The magenta comes in the kit because that makes really good purples or violets with that blue, that magenta, and the blue. I don't have any lights back here. So here we are. Let me make sure that's over here. I should probably squeeze that out, but I did not. Okay, so we want to make sure that's right there for you. And this is right over here for us. Am I going the right direction? Nope. Try to make sure, and you're seeing some of everything right here. I'm going to wet my brush. I'm going to dab most of the water out so it's not dripping and mixing in with the paint. So let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to just probably do the easy skin tone really quickly first. Let me get my I guess I cleaned up too well. Where is my wax paper that I like to keep up underneath here. Well, guys, maybe I cleaned that up too well. Okay, here we go. What I'm about to say, I know I always keep this handy, and I don't even know how I got started with the wax paper other than because I call these paint pops, you know, the little paintable quick canvases. I call them paint pops. I thought about, you know, a quick, fast deli meal. And then the wax paper actually does kind of keep your surfaces clean. All right, guys, we're going on in here. Let's see if this is cleaning out a little bit. Okay, we're just going to set that over here. Maybe leave a little bit of water in that. And once again, somebody might knock on this door. All right, I am going to mix up a little bit of orange. So I've got 1 dot of the red, 2, 3 of the yellow to get that mixing ratio. And I'm just going to slide in the red as needed. I should have probably done maybe 1/4 of the dot. So now I've got my orange. Let's see, I don't know if you see that here. I've got my orange mixed up. Okay, my orange here. And now all I'm going to do, I'm just going to smear this out to, I'm not going to say dry that, but to reduce the amount of paint there. And I'm just going to slide in a little bit of white right here. And you go as light or as dark as you need it. And so here we go. So this is the peach. If you need to stretch it a little bit with a little bit of water, you might need to do that. I'm going to just press down because the paint gets absorbed into the bristles. And sometimes to press on them is the way I get it to release. So I'm going to go back. I didn't mix up a lot because there's not a lot of this area over here. But because of the hands, I'm going to go ahead and make sure. I should get my other brush, but I'm just going to go ahead with this one. Ooh, do I want to lose these lines? And I'm painting on like a different quality paper. Trying to see if this black ink is mixing in. Uh-oh. And you know, at the end, I like to find the black lines with marker. Okay, I need just a smidge of water just to, so I'm not running out of this paint. Okay. Now I wish I could zoom in on my painting cam a little bit more. Oops. All right. So we're just getting all of the fingers covered. You know what? I want to say that ink is blending in. Oh, no. Y'all. Well, you don't know till you try. And I thought this paper would be a little bit better quality. Let me go back and make sure this is light here. Okay. And I might have to stop and find my reference. I'm just going for it right now. Let me get a little bit more white. We got a little bit more orange. And let's go ahead and finish painting. Okay, the lighter color is really good for maybe the lighter areas, but you can always just keep this just a flat, is that the ink from my printer is blending into this paint. Not real bad, but bad enough. I noticed it at first. I thought it was my imagination, but it is It's happening. All right. We can always come back with that marker or a fine brush at the end. Okay. And I think one coat should be fine for this. Let's make sure we got plenty of white for the nose. All right. So we have one more hand to paint. Okay, let's turn that this way. We've got one more hand to paint. I don't know what I was thinking. So let me go ahead and get a little bit more yellow. Slide a little red in there. Come on and get some of this white. Now, if you're a little bit more pink, then of course you add a little bit more of that, a little bit more red. A little bit more rosy. Is that what that is? Let's go on down here on this other hand. Okay, and I'm just extending it just to the edge of the paper. Now this color is slightly darker than the one that we had before. That's okay. Because this is more of the inside. You know what? I just realized I do have an event next week, and running around out here, I could have stopped by to take some flyers. I didn't. It just hit me just now. And I didn't put out any black. All right, so, color should we make the hair? Now, I'm going to go ahead and get just a smidge of blue over here. Too much. We go back and get some yellow. The darker color, you want to take care and not make it too overpowering. Because see now, right now, I know I'm about to fuss and fight with this. And I didn't put out any black. Fuss and fight with this kind of green overtone. But we're going to go ahead and use that value, and I can paint right back over that. But I just want to get rid of some of this white real fast. Okay. So you'll see that it will start to kind of look a little dark blonde, a little bit. And you know what? I did not share this live to anyone other than my YouTube. I'm just going right on up here, y'all. I need a little bit more yellow right on up here just to finish off the top. We'll definitely be putting out a little bit more paint. Let me see how badly. this black ink is going to blend in here. Let's see, it's not doing too bad. All right, so we've got something to bounce back from right here. Let me get a little bit more of this kind of, looks kind of green, but I'm going to get just a little water to kind of move this along, spread it on out just a little bit. All right. All right. The more water you add, the thinner the paint will become. Oh, I didn't want to get just the orange. Oh, wait a minute. How do we get over there? How do we get that? Well, we're going to work with it, okay? Don't ask, how in the world did I get that blue over there? Oh, well, we'll come back and fix it. But anyway, we want to at least get rid of some of this white. All right, well, maybe she needs a little blue streak, huh? Who knows? We are getting there. Let me go ahead and you can make that heart red or pink, whatever it is that you want to do. Do we have any more left in here? We're going to need to get maybe a little bit more. I'm going to get a little smidge of water to move this around quickly. Okay, I need to turn this so I can stay in control. And I don't have my glasses on. I just like to get rid of the white and only have it where I absolutely want it. I'm going to go in here because I know I need to get some more. Okay, there we go. Do a big old stroke over here to get rid of a lot of that paint that I just picked up. And this definitely will probably benefit from a second coat. So keep it thin, smooth it out, and then come back. So I would just keep painting it like thus and so. And I just wanted to show you the skin tone. That's the main thing, not necessarily come and paint with you today. I would love to paint with you with this design coming up. All right, so just kind of getting that in there feels like a little piece of bubble gum. Now, this is nothing to write home about yet, but I wanted you to see that skin tone. All right, do we have the smaller brush? Okay, here we go. I'm going to wet that smaller brush. Let's see. So since this is a new one, it's still got like that gelatin or something up in there. Or glue. All right. So I did not. Okay. So I'm going to squeeze out a little bit more yellow. Okay. And I want to make a little bit of violet. Guys, I did not share this. Let me share this real fast. So let me go to the painted pose. Okay. There we are. The painted pose. I think that's the one I'm on live. Yep. Let me share that real fast. Share. Okay, I can share to my story. I am live. I could share to a page. The Paint Party online pop-up shop. Let's share there. And let's see if it'll let me share to the group. I think I have my hair dryer plugged up. That yellow is kind of cute on here. All right, let's see. So that's finished sharing over there. Okay, can I share it to a group? Share to a group. All right, Paint Party lovers, tips for new painters. That is my group. I'm live. I am live. Hop in and say hello. All right. Mixing skin tones. Mixing. Oops. Let me go back. Skin tones. Enter. All right. Let me hit this. All right. All right. I love the fact, and I don't know where I picked that up from, or I just had the idea. I don't know. That I do take hair dryers to paint parties. There are some restaurant venues I totally understand, especially when we're out with the main population. They might not want that. I understand. But if we're off in a private room, there we go. If we're off in a private room somewhere, then it really does help. So I kind of like that we painted over some of the hairlines. They're there, but they're not there. I know I still probably need to bring a dark black line there. So, and even with the hands, we paint it right on over there. I put a little light where the palm would be, a little bit, not a lot. So even though it's a coloring book page, we still try to apply some of the basic principles. All right, the magenta, the purple is what I wanted us to make. So I'm going to squeeze out one. I don't know if you see that. It's very tiny. You can't see it at all. Let me lower you out. Down over here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to wipe this off. So 3 dots of magenta, and I'm really going to wipe this top off for real right here. 3 dots of magenta, and that blue is the darker color, and so it's very strong. So I'm just going to get like a little corner and start blending right here. I hope this light is good enough for you to see. Let's see if I can switch over. Nope. Wrong one. There we go. There we go. I think that's better. Did I make sure I added it back? Okay, yes. So here we are. We're getting that violet. I'm going to go ahead and mix in a little bit more magenta and then swoop in like another corner. So I'm going to say maybe half a dot of blue to 3 dots of the violet. Like I said, now I'm going to say maybe 1 full dot of blue to almost 4 dots of the violet. Wait a minute, 1 dot of blue to the magenta. I keep saying violet, y'all. Oh, let's see what's going on back here in this background. Now that's still kind of pink. Let's go ahead and get just a little bit. You know, we give you the basic recipe, then you go ahead and go for what you see and know. There we go. There we go, y'all. So because I didn't clean out my brush all the way, I'm picking up a little bit of that. Oh yeah, that's super cool. And I'm just getting a little bit of water to spread this out, just to make it a little bit faster. You might want to put green back there. It's totally up to you. But I really wanted to mix up that purple so that you could see once I mix that purple and yellow together. Okay, so here we are. Once you mix that purple and yellow together, it neutralizes. Let me make sure we have a good amount, and it's mixing all up in my brush. Okay, so we have a nice purple. But sad part is it spread all out. So now we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of this yellow. Okay, I need to bring it a little bit closer so you can see that it is neutralizing and it's turning a brown. Okay, you want to warm it up a little bit. And so at this point, I would add a little bit of black and a little bit of red. Okay, so now for me, this is coming along quite nicely. And get a little bit more of that yellow. All right, so for me right here, this would be a good start. So let me put the peachy skin tone over here. And then I'm going to go ahead with, let me make sure, I probably need to add a smidge of black over here. And I was going to do the eyebrows of that lady. Let me mix this off to the side because the black can be super strong. So I've got it in my brush. I'm going to swoop up some of this over here. Yeah, that black is super strong. So I'm going to get a little bit of yellow. And a little bit of red. Really, that red and black really does make good skin tones. Ooh, let me get some more of this yellow. That'll lighten that up. Yes. Need a little bit more. I don't know what you're seeing over there. So we don't want to make the eyebrows too dark, but we want them to be there. Oops. Let me press down because the paint is in the brush. It just doesn't want to release out of there. So sometimes I have to press down a little bit to get that out of there. So these darker tones right here next to the face. Let me get a little bit of yellow. That'll help kind of smooth that along. These darker tones. All right, so I would go in and kind of keep working and refine a little bit more. But now let's go ahead and get that brown skin tone over here. Let me make sure. Hi there. Hoping you are well today. Hoping you are creating or doing something that makes your heart smile. I'm in here with my paints and brushes in the studio, so this makes me smile. I'm trying to see what color this is. Let me get a little bit more yellow. And I'm going to dip in and get a little bit of black. I can't see how much I have. And I'm going to go back and get this red. That red and the black, along with a little bit of yellow, makes a very nice brown. Okay, so let's make sure we got this up over here. All right, I am pressing this paint literally out. So who knows, this lady might be a little bit purple. Okay, she needs a little bit of yellow. Ah, there we go, a nice skin tone coming out. I just want to get a little bit of water. So if you think about orange and a little bit of black, that will also get you a nice brown. So I'm trying to smooth this out. Let me go along the edges over here. And then I'm going to try to do a little bit of blending. Okay. Like a makeup artist chick. You got to be careful about just adding straight white. It'll appear to be chalky, but for us right now, this will be okay. And I'm going to dip a little bit in that yellow just to warm it up. A smidge of red too. Oh, too much red. Then it'll start looking a little bit funny. But once again, you can buy your skin tone at your local art supply. Okay, I am going right up over here. It's a little bit red, a little redder than what I would like. We're going right on in here. I'm going to grab me a little bit of water. Oh, that's too much. Okay, to smooth this out, to blend this over here together. Okay, we're coming right on around here. Okay, going right here. And it's still a little bit thin because I do have some water in here. So I may be cheating a little bit because I'm working on paper. But let's hold this up so that you can see. I'm hoping that the light is decent for you. You hear that voice. I hope the light is decent for you. So let's see about this camera. Oh, and I forgot I'm not the same size over here. Let's go back to this view. All right. So we got peach and the chocolat. So I think it's coming along pretty good. So you just kind of keep on like that. And like I said, at a paint party event, I will make sure that you've got your skin tone. And I've got an event. Matter of fact, I have 2 events coming up this next Saturday. And have I posted it on Facebook? No, I have not. I need to do that. Now, I probably went a little bit too light. Let's go back over here and get some more of this. Get some more of this. So it's kind of like a give and take. You go back and forth a little bit. And I'm here for it. Let's go back. That might be a little bit too much. But anyway. Let's clean out our brush. I don't know why this is not blending so good right here, but we're going to make it work. Because I am blending on this paper and it's soaking up. So here we go. We're making it work. Patricia Juice! And I'm not even going to fool around with the hands right now. I just really wanted to just show you a little bit of... So we're just using up this paint, y'all. That's all. And I'm going to add a little bit of black over up in here. Just to get on and let you know, you just kind of mix back and forth. But then you just go ahead and get you a bottle of your skin tone. And we don't even have to talk about it because, hey, it takes a moment. And if you're new, you know, you'll pick up some things over time. You don't have to learn everything right away. I don't want you to be frustrated with every step of the process because sometimes it's just enough to get the right color in the right spot while you're painting. All right, I'm going in here with a little black. And I'm going to catch a little bit more of that brown right here. Come around that finger. We're just going to say that's in the shadow, the shade right here a little bit. Let me go ahead and catch a little bit more of this red. Ooh, and it comes out so. All right, we're going right around this finger, right around here. And I think we're going to leave that part alone. Let's get these eyebrows a little bit. And that dark is really just bothering me right here. So we're just going to hit this real fast. I dipped in the water. I am painting on paper. You can dip in water when you're painting on canvas as well, but not too much. Okay, just a little bit. I'm just trying to get rid of some of this white. Area. All right, so it depends on what color you want the blouse to be, the background to be. Oh, I think that's my delivery. Now I didn't hear a car or truck or van pull up, so they must be doing some stealth bombing. All right, so we got rid of some of that white. Okay, let's do these eyebrows. Oh, good gracious life. Let's do these eyebrows, but we still have a little bit of this brown left. And then we're going to get off of here. That's been 40 minutes. Oh, me, oh, my. Boy, that time really passes. Okay, so we got the little brows and everything, and I didn't do the eyes over here. How about if we do the eyes the same color? Now, I don't know what color this is. Let me get my finger out of the paint. Let's also mix up a little bit of brown for these eyes. So I like doing that red and black for the brown, adding a little bit of yellow to, lighten it up a little bit. Okay, so we're going right in here with some black. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And then we'll come back. Oh, gotcha. Well, a lot of ladies, their hair tone may be similar. I would go back and put some more darks and some lights. I just used what I had on this palette. That's why the tones were similar for the hair and the skin. Good on you, love. All right, so these eyes are about the same color. Let me hurry up. I've got a lot of paint in this brush. And it will not come out unless I mash on it. All right, so we got those eyes. I'm going to add a little bit of a darker tone inside like I did with the other. Remember, those eyelids are like a little shelf. So they kind of cover over that little eyeball in there. And remember, we have just totally covered up this lady's eyelashes all the way. I'm just taking some of the paint that I still have in here to try to get rid of some of this white. All right, so here did we get any paint? here we are. I forgot. Let me go back to the other view. Okay, I think we're okay there. Is that okay? I think so. All right, so now that these, let me move this out of the way because I already see a mess brewing. Now that we have the skin tone established, the eyes established, I would go in with a little bit of a, I'm cleaning out my brush. I am going to go in with just a little bit of a wash to make sure those eyes are not so bright light. Why? Because in real life, well, let's see if we can get some subtlety here, right? Trying to get a little subtlety here. Don't want it to be dark. I just want the corners to be a little bit, because, our eyes are spheres. So I may have to come back with a little white because I think I went a little overboard. Let me do the other. Maybe there's not as much pigment in here now. It might be able to be a little bit more subtle. Just gray it out just a smidge. Okay, so it's still there. Okay, it's still there. And now we're about to pop it with some white to bring that life there. Oh, let me find this lady's, what you call these things? Eyelashes here. Whoop. Okay, that was just like a glob of makeup, a mascara right there. Okay. All right, lady. Now we sitting over here. I'm rushing, knowing I should take more care. All right. We're just gonna leave that alone. Lady, we're not gonna keep messing up your eyelashes. All right, we're gonna leave you alone. All right. Otherwise, you're gonna look like Mr. Snuffleupagus over here. We're trying. All right. So we have found. Wait. Oh, hold on, y'all. Okay. Okay. Well, whatever. Whatever. We're not trying to do a makeup broadcast, so we are getting there. I'm hoping the light is decent. Let me see if I tilt it that way. It might be showing you a little bit more. Okay. Let me clean out the brush really well. And remember, my technique is I soak it in the water. I don't touch anything at the bottom yet. I'm soaking that water and I wipe out the excess paint, and that allows my water to stay cleaner longer. Now, if I really need to get in there and scrub a really dark pigment out, and guys, I am really, let's see if I can get over here, just going right in here on the tip. Okay, so we're going to say the light is coming from the left. It could go either way, but we're just going to say it is. So, boop. All right. Whoop. We just are determined to get this paint where it doesn't need to go. All right, there we are. Hold on. If I don't stop and deal with this paint debacle, for the sake of the show, this red paint will be everywhere. So we brought a little glimmer, a little bit of life light back, and I can come right here with a little white right here. Oh, come on now. Little white right there. Little white. All right. And now we could do the same thing over here. Go get a little smidge right on the tip. This might be a little bit too much, so I'm going to wipe it here. All right. So here we go. Let's see if we're right here. Okay. Try not to hit the camera. You know what? I think the wind is picking up. I thought it was the delivery Kind of hit the porch because I know I didn't hear. Okay. All right, so we brought a little life back over here. Look, I almost need to stand up. Let me stand up. Let me move this out of the way so I can see what's going on, y'all. I can't see. So I went a little bit dark. So I'm going to go back in here and lighten that up a little bit. Now it would be helpful if we actually picked up some paint on the tip of the brush. That would be helpful. And I'm using it kind of like a coloring, what you call it, colored pencil. Let's get a little bit more paint. We're not picking it up for some reason. Okay, we're just going to scrape that over there just a little bit. Okay, now obviously this paint needs a second coat, and we obviously did not paint this. How about this? We will come back and do another session. Not today. It's let me swap out, y'all. Let me remove. There we go. Okay. So many lovely canvases to paint. And I'm here for it. Okay. I am here for it. So this is 53 minutes. Okay. I want to say we had our weight cam up because I didn't even do the countdown timer. I do have a new one, but I knew I didn't want to make it, the 10 minutes today. And what I may start doing is coming on saying, hey, this is what we're going to paint today, blah, blah, blah. Hit that timer as I'm putting out my paints and things. We're trying to learn a few things from a few other folks. Now, because we're done painting for the day, I'm dabbing in the bottom just to push out that paint out of those bristles. Some brushes, they don't like that. They don't like that treatment. But over here, sometimes, we just got to get it done. Okay. So I've got two, and I didn't finish the hands over here. I would need to make sure I mix up. Don't ask me about the colors of the hair. Just don't. Okay. Just don't. It is just what it be. I hate having all this red. And I didn't use it because right here it's just going to dry. You know what I'm saying? If I don't use it. Okay, we're just going to loop this on in here. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. We're going to loop this red right on around. Okay, I hope you can see a little bit better now. I just don't want it to go to waste. So we're going to loop this around. Loop that around. So I dip about a third in. And I don't get too close to the edge because I don't want to go over the edge with the paint. So I usually will unload some of it and then come back. I'm going to go pick up some of that stuff that I unloaded and I'm bringing it close to this edge. I've got a lot of paint in this brush yet still, but I will show you how I unload most of that. So right here, it's really generous and thick. So I'm coming near this edge and I'm going to unload it near that edge. Ooh, I went outside the line a little bit. So now I'm just going back over this, picking some up just for the tip because I don't want too much. Why am I telling you this? This is what I'm doing. For those of you that need those tips, I'm talking it out. Like the sports announcers at some of these games, giving you a play-by-play. Now, I Want to be careful near the edge. Oh, I have used up all my red. Oh, I'm so happy. I hate wasting paint. That's why I think I'm partial to these paint pots. I like squeezing out some paint, but I hate wasting the paint. When I think about all of these empty canvases out here in the world, oh, and all of the struggling art teachers with their budgets. All right, so we have painted the red and painted one with the pink. I'm okay. I'm okay. So this one, like I said, needs that second coat. Otherwise, we're struggling over here. Needs that second nice rich coat. I'm hoping, yep, you can see it okay. I'm going right along this edge. Oh, that makes it so rich. So what I think I may do next week is tell the ladies and the gentlemen or whoever shows up to make sure they paint their heart first because they will need a second coat. Definitely. And then that way they don't have to worry about the hair dryer on this part unless they're, afraid of having that color blend in because the red is strong now. Okay, so I feel so much better about myself and others now that I've got this second coat on. So I will be in the studio for a few moments, taking a few pictures. Why? I don't know, because this is not finished. So, all right. There we go. We've got one red, we've got one pink, and we're going to sign off. So I think for time's sake, they're going to need to paint their hearts quickly first, then get the skin tone on the face and the hands. I just took more time today because I was mixing the skin tones. If I already had the paint ready, and I will have it ready. All right. That magenta is strong. And so if I didn't clean my brush out, then that would really overpower and kind of keep my water. Let me dip down. Hello! Hi, Dorothea! Girl, I love to watch you paint, and thank you for these beautiful images. If you don't know, you better find out about Miss Dalencia Collins and her beautiful paintable designs. Baby, I got some on some canvas. You know what? I have tried the cardstock. The only thing about that, if it gets too wet, and I like to, if it's just straight acrylic, it just buckles a little bit. But with the watercolor, sometimes I like to treat the acrylics like a little watercolor a little bit. But we're going to stop here today. I got Patricia Jones and Dalencia Collins. Y'all are some rock stars. Y'all are some. You know what? I am so glad you mentioned about the Bristol. I have some here that I pulled out of a tablet. I just haven't printed on it. I haven't tried it yet. Bristol may work. And I'm wondering about just some plain old Dollar Tree poster board. I don't know how different the poster board would be to cardstock, but it feels similar. The Bristol board, now this is a thicker paper. This is 24 pounds, like a bright 92 white paper that I thought I would try, but I noticed that the 20-pound which is a little thinner, absorbs that ink better, but this ink from the printer is sitting on top. Why? Don't ask me, because I could see it blending in a little bit, not a lot. It was blending in on the peachy and on the yellow, but not so much over here. You know, I don't know. We're going to keep experimenting, keep finding out things. I did order some watercolor paper, 9x12, to see about copying some of the images on there. But you know, we're gonna still rock with this. You know, we're still rocking with this canvas. But in the studio, when I'm doing examples and different things, the vendor can help with shading. Okay. The poster boards. Okay, so they're saying that poster boards doesn't absorb so fast and it takes too long. Okay. I don't know how thin or thickly you're putting on that paint. That paint really absorbs in this paper. It sits on top of the canvas a little bit longer for blending. So I came on earlier. Oh, wait a minute. Dalencia is here, baby. This is one of her designs. Hold on. Now, I want to paint Loved, but I probably will paint Loved maybe next week. I did Resilient last week. And I just finished my bundle of the Bless. That's Miss Dalencia Collins as well. Here's the Resilient. Where's my Loved? Is that over here? Nope. It's down here in the middle. And my Loved. Baby, I can't wait for this one. And the Blessed. Dalencia, Patricia Jones on here. She painted a beautiful Blessed. Oh, at a paint party. Patricia Jones, was that 3 weeks ago? Y'all, I forgot. I do have the paints and stuff up in here. But I didn't put the plate in the napkin. So I've been doing the plate, the napkin, the apron, the 6 basic colors, and then, of course, the gold, and then that clear glitter. I got to do that. That's what I'm going to always add in there. So, yeah, we are over here. We're in the studio. So grateful. So thankful. Thank you guys for popping on. Patricia Jones, where's your painting? I can send you an invitation. I'm going to just set that right there because I know it takes a moment. Girl, we got to have some glitter. I'm grown in glitter, okay? Because they didn't have it for me when I was young. Honey, these little baby girls got all this glitter and everything. I don't remember no glitter. I don't think I got any glitter till I got to the art room. Okay. But now everything, you can have glitter on everything. I didn't put any glitter here. I did use some gold. I painted it yellow. Because, you know, I didn't paint that night. I was, you know, just. I just wanted to be the hostess, making sure everybody had what they needed. And then try to take some pictures, you know, for social media. And where are the pictures? I did do a couple of reels, I think. Yeah, I think I did 2 reels. Guys, the reels live on my phone. They got to get out of here. Are you going to share it with me? Like what? You want me to send you an invitation? Share? Or what? Because I could pop you right on up in here. Dalencia too. Don't start with me. Honey, all I got to do, y'all just send me the your email. Honey, I will have it. But I tell you what I do want to make sure I do is make sure I have you guys on. I want to interview both of you. You know? Well, anyway, guys. What? Delencia, Patricia Jones, baby. If I say I'm gonna have a paint party, she gonna be there. She gonna haul in her art supplies. Oh yeah, girl. Okay. Hey, I love it. I love it. I'm in my comfortable zone. Whether or not I drop the paint, the camera falls over, it doesn't even matter to me. I just know how to turn this camera on and get on. But the marketing piece, oh Lord, I need to make sure that I'm what do you call it? Boosting it, doing ads and letting folks know I'm out here. But I've got a couple things coming up. I will let you guys know. Yes, yes. Patricia Jones. You guys are some creating boss babes, and I'm so grateful. Okay. When I tell you, I know a few things, but I love watching other people that know a few things too. Like when you're in the kitchen, I don't need another cornbread recipe. I got my grandmother's cornbread recipe. I got my grandfather's cornbread recipe. I got my dad's cornbread recipe. And then in a pinch, Jiffy makes it. Okay. But then I know how to improvise on that too. Make it really good and sweet. But you guys, like I said, get in here, mix some stuff. Oh, I'm sitting up here rambling, but I'm not holding this up for the people that are passing through. But I'm gonna get off of here. I'm rambling now. I just hate wasting paint. So that's why I wanted to kind of use that up a little bit. Hey, we've been through some stuff over here. You're going to have to find out what Inner Circle is. We'll talk. Well, let me go ahead and say that since Delencia is right here. Paint Party Hub. Okay. Delencia Collins and Crystal. Y'all, the name, every time it just flies right out of my head. I'm going to just say DC, Delencia and Crystal. They are Paint Party babes. And we also know about Heidi Easley with Paint Party Headquarters. But there's so many amazing people. But Delencia, thank you. Crystal Mitchell, girl. Because sometimes I am having trouble remembering my name. Okay. I'm just going to put it out there. It's no snubbery. But Delencia, check her out. Anybody else that's on here and you need paint party images and ideas, baby, it's not the age, it's the children. Okay, it's the children. Okay, I love them, but they suck. They suck every little piece of brain up out of here. I gave it all to them, but baby, I tell you, they're making some beautiful portraits. And I used Delencia's Dr. King portrait as inspiration for the kiddos. And I got to take pictures. I blew one up real big on some background paper, and I had 6th grade in there. I said, go take 1 minute, go over there and paint. 2 people, go paint. 2 people, 1 minute. And then at the end, when I had my, I have some girls that know what they're doing up in there with a paintbrush. I say, okay, go back and refine those black lines. Y'all, if I didn't take pictures yet, but it's coming along. Oh my goodness. Ladies, peace to you. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining. This is Brene Flournoy, art teacher by day. Sometimes, I don't know, I'm in there doing, I don't know, something. I think I teach, I don't know. Portrait painter, paint party instructor, paint party for one, art kit maker. Guys, I got 20 kits out there in Amazon land. I'll share the link. So I'm so excited. Have a good night. Oh, I'm so glad when we connect. Oh, you two need to connect. I love it. Peace to you. I'm signing off. Oh, yeah. I had 6th grade. Oh, my goodness. But it was so much fun watching them study their faces. Could I put the mirrors out there? I said, you see this picture of Dr. Martin Luther King, this coloring book page? I need you to do that with your face. Baby, some folks are showing up and they are showing out. And then, like I told Delencia, they're they're kind of tickled that I know the artist, you know, because her portrait of Dr. King is amazing. It's got warm and cool, and we've been studying warm and cool, so it was just right on time. Good night, loves. Peace to you. I'm signing off.